Hey everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to Muggle Magic. Welcome to part 2 of the Monster Book of Monsters DIY. In part 1, linked in the description box below, we learned how to craft the teeth, the gums, the tongue, the tentacles. So without further ado, let's continue. So now that I have all the tentacles done, I just need to paint them. So I've mixed some white, some yellow, and some brown paint in here to get this kind of like off-white kind of dark color. It's like this bottom side is kind of like a lighter color, and then I'm going to add a little brown to this and make this outside part of the tentacles a little darker. But we're just going to paint the tentacles with this color, mainly the bottoms. In fact, I'm not going to do the tops so much because I know I'm going to be going over those with the darker color. All right, so we are just going to let these dry, and then once they're dry, we'll flip them over and put a darker color on the other side. So I'm just going to add a little bit and see how that goes. So I think this is pretty close to the color that I need. It's not exact, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to take the tentacles that I painted the lighter color on, and I'm going to paint the backs of them this kind of brownish color. Just like this, so that one side is lighter and then the other side is darker. Next, there are some templates to print out. We have the cover of the book right here, which is printed single-sided, and then you have a single page that is blank, and that's also printed single-sided. We also have the title page of the book. This is double-sided, so there will be two sides to this. And then we have a single page from the book, which is also double-sided. And then we have this texture, which is like the side of the book when it's closed. Like these are like the side of the pages. And that's also single-sided. So just print all of these out on regular paper and then cut them out with your ruler and X-Acto knife. An easy way to do that is to just take these pages, the cover and all of those interior pages here. We can set this one aside for now. But just take all of these, stack them up, and get them lined up as close to perfect as you can. And then we're just going to take some paper clamps and clamp these pages together on all four sides. Now at this point we can use our ruler and X-Acto knife to cut them all out at the same time, or if you have a paper cutter, you can just use that. If you're using a ruler and X-Acto knife, the idea is to just line up the ruler where you want to cut and then push down so that the paper doesn't move around underneath. Take your X-Acto knife and just cut right along that line. And that'll give you a nice straight cut. So once you're done, you should have these pages all cut out. And then just do the same thing with this page. So I just realized that I had my camera settings set to auto, so that first part may have been a little dark. I apologize for that. Now the cover page we're going to use to help us create the eyes. And remember to take all of your paper scraps that you have at the end and recycle them. We need to transform this book into the Monster Book of Monsters. And the way we're going to do that, the first thing we want to do is just open this up, and we want to take an X-Acto knife or something similar, and I'm just going to cut right along here. And we're basically just separating the actual book pages from the spine of the book. Just work at it until you get it completely separated. And then we want to do that to the other side as well. When you do this, never go toward your hand or yourself, because you could slip and that would not end well. This is the part we want to save, because this we're going to transform into the cover of the monster book, because we're going to be replacing this entire inner part here with cardboard. So now we're just going to take this inside part of the book that we cut, and we are going to sort of just trace it on some cardboard. Make sure that there's enough room to sort of move this around as we're going. We want to get it as good as precise as possible. So right here is the bottom, and I've got this side on an actual natural fold in the cardboard. That's just going to make it easier for me. And then we've got this side here, and then we can just trace spine. So I've just traced this whole thing out. Turn this on its side like this, but keep it aligned with what you just traced, because you're going to trace around it like this. And then just keep turning it like this and trace around it again. And then we want to turn it up like this and trace over it again. So it's just basically turning it and tracing. And then we can just go ahead and line it up a little further down and trace it again over here. Now turn your cardboard around, and then we want to sort of line this up with the side here too, so that we can have enough space on this side as well. And what I'm doing is just lining the spine up with the edge of this line that I made here, because I want the thickness of the book on this side. And then we want to measure that same part out on this side as well. So here's my template. Now imagine if we made folds where all of these lines that we made are, where all the trace lines are, and we just folded this up into a box. And that's what we're gonna do. You wanna leave a little bit of, you know, a little bit of cardboard on the edges here so that we can glue it all together. And these parts don't have to be perfect, so I'm just gonna sort of sketch them on. And these are going to be the parts we fold, we put glue on, and then basically construct the box out of this. So really, this is the only part that we need to cut out. And I'm gonna use my ruler and X-Acto knife to cut this out so that it turns out pretty much perfect. Now I have my cardboard template cut out, and I sort of messed up on the other side here because I sort of cut this one off, which wasn't really my intention, but I think I'll be able to just go ahead and move forward with this anyway. I don't think we really need both sides of that. So I could probably cut this one off as well and be safe. So now where all these lines are that we've drawn on the side of our template, I'm going to line up my ruler, and then I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife, and don't cut all the way through. Just very lightly put a small cut just on this top layer of your cardboard, and that'll make it much easier to fold. So just do that with all of your lines that you drew. So yes, now that I'm folding this up, we don't need this extra flap here, so I'm just going to cut this off. So I didn't mess up before, I just thought that I did. Remember that these flaps here go on the inside, so we're just going to fold this up and put some glue here and glue that together in each of the four corners. I'm gonna do this with a hot glue gun. Before we actually glue this inside of your book, we need to make this look like the inside of a book, and that's what this texture is for. So basically we're just going to sort of like lay it on top of the cardboard like this and sort of measure it by making a crease where we want to cut. Make sure that there's a little bit of overlap on this side and on this side. And then you can use your ruler and X-Acto knife to cut this out where your fold is. And you can actually overshoot it a little bit. It's probably a good idea to not do it exactly where the fold is, because you do want some overlap so that you don't have parts of the cardboard showing when we're done. So just take your glue stick and put glue all along this side of the box, and then line up your texture. Again, remember to leave a little bit of overlap on these two sides and a little bit of overlap on the top too if you can. And then just glue this down. And then where we left the overlap, you're just going to put a little bit of glue here and fold it down onto itself like that. And if you have enough overlap on the top as well, you can also glue that one down. And then we'll go ahead and do this texturing on this side as well as this side. At this point, we have all of these three sides covered in our closed book texture, like the edge of a closed book. And I'm just going to use my again, my glue stick to glue this page down. And yeah, as you can see, I do have a little bit of cardboard showing here, which is fine. I will patch that up later. But before we do that, let's move to the cover. I'm going to just glue this to the cover right here. And this is not what it's gonna look like, obviously. This is just sort of a template for me to work off of. And if this isn't the right size for your book, you can actually open up the template and resize it. I go over how to do that in my GIMP tutorial for beginners, and I will link that in the description. In the tutorial video, I make potion labels, but the idea is the same. It's just so that you can resize this to fit the book that you are using. What we want to do next is make the parts that these eyes are going to attach to. So here are the eyes that I got. I found them at a local craft store. You need 4 eyes, and they are going to go here, basically, if you follow the template that I drew on there. And if I look at the reference images that I printed off from online, you can see that it kind of like comes up where the eyes are attached to the book cover. So in order to achieve that, I am going to use hot glue. And I'm just going to put some hot glue right here where the 3D part of this needs to be. Right now it's just going to be sort of like a flat layer of glue. So right now that's what my layer looks like, but I'm going to add more layers to this to make it taller. So for now we're just going to let this glue dry and then come back to it. And you want it to be higher toward the front and then just kind of like taper off toward the back. And it doesn't matter if this looks good or not, we're going to be covering it up. You will be using quite a few glue sticks to achieve this. Mine is actually starting to sort of flow out this way, so I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and try and get that to move back up to where it needs to be and sort of shape these how I want them to look. It doesn't look pretty right now, and I just made sure that it was all thick enough and tall enough that I can get these eyes stuck into this glue. But I'm not going to put the eyes in just yet. First, I want this glue to pretty much completely dry before I go on to the next step. Remember, there is a link in the description box so you can enter the giveaway to win this Monster Book of Monsters that I made. And now to announce the winner of the upgraded Quibbler magazine. This is a 20-page readable Quibbler magazine, and I've upgraded it by using Silverleaf to make parts of the cover and the back cover shiny and silver. And the winner is Ashley Peaks. Congratulations, and I have sent you an email with instructions on how to claim your prize. Next, we have the second winner of the 10K giveaway, and the winner is Lila Davies. Congratulations, and I have also sent you an email on how to claim your prize and choose which one you want. Remember, I get a lot of ideas for these DIYs that I do from your comments. So if you have an idea for something that you want to see me do in the future, definitely leave a comment below and let me know. If you're interested in seeing more DIY videos having to do with Harry Potter and more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.